If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please remember to hit that like button and of course subscribe for more content. And if you need any coins for Ultimate Team to get a head start on the game, head to the link in the description. Use the code TVM for a discount at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new player review. The 80 rated Alan Saint-Maximin. He may very well be on his way for an inform at the very beginning of the game for most, but for right now we do have the base version. So the 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, high-low work rate player looks very, very sexy, and kind of understand really why he commands such a high price tag. He is going for 60,000 coins. That is a lot of money. It's the same price across all platforms. His top end is actually 100k. I would not be surprised if his inform was 250, 300,000 coins, maybe even a little bit more. And then, of course, this base card would go up to max price. He may even go extinct at 100,000 coins, which is just crazy to think considering he is an 80 rated card. The game is sort of out for early access tonight, I think, which is like an unlimited amount of hours. Of course, the full game, because right now people are limited to 10 hours. But on Friday, I think, is when the full official releases. Is it Friday or Tuesday? I can never remember when it comes to date. So I think the 9th. So yeah, it's Friday, the full date. So by then, the inform will be out and this card will probably be non-existent. So let's take a look at it now. Is it really worth scrambling around trying to get the coins to get it early doors? 93 acceleration, 93 sprint speed, 93 agility, as well as 91 dribbling. In terms of his ball control and just his movement, I guess, he's phenomenal. He really is. He's so good on the ball. He's so quick. His R1 or RB dribble is sensational. It's very difficult to keep hold of him. His juggling is unreal, and what I mean by that is not his clown skills. He wouldn't be good in a circus or anything, but when you juggle with the ball by clicking in the right stick, it's just unreal. It's almost unstoppable with someone like Saint-Maximin because you just can't get anywhere near him. But he does come with a few downfalls, and that is, of course, first of which, finishing, 67. That's not a good stat. His strength is very low. His short passing is particularly low. He is a winger, remember, or thereabouts anyway. So you will be looking to cross the ball now and again. 70 crossing, not great. So, yeah, there are a few issues with regards to the card here or there. In particular, the finishing is something I'd like to concentrate on within this review, because I think a lot of people will pick this card up hoping to either play him as a second striker, maybe even as a winger who will be through on goal an awful lot. And you will see evidence of him scoring goals quite consistently within the review, so maybe it's a little bit unfair for me to criticise. However, he does miss a fair few sitters, and that is no fault of... Well, I say no fault of my own. Maybe there is some fault for me there, but a lot of it comes down to that just poor finishing. So goals like that, he should be hitting the target. He's, well within the sort of range to be hitting the target. Whether it goes in or not is another question, but it should be hitting the target. But then he gets in on goal, gets a little bit of luck there, and of course he's not going to miss from that distance. If you can get in close range, and we're talking 6 to 10 yards, then chances are you will be able to hit the target unless you are at an angle or running at pace. But most of the time in this game, because it is so easy to get into situations like this, bring it back, slow it down, you will get decent opportunities. But again, just missing the target from that range is almost unacceptable. Other players with better finishing ability and natural strikers, you won't have a problem with scoring goals with. So that's definitely something to take on board. However, a lot of you may be thinking to yourself, well, we're not really looking to finish with him that consistently because he's a winger. We don't really care about that. I'm going to use him as a cam. I'm going to use him as a left wing or a left mid and a 4-4-2 or something, whatever it may be. Then fair enough. You don't need to think about the finishing. You can look at other things like the dribbling, the passing, and what have you. Traits-wise, unfortunately, all his traits, apart from flair, all his traits are CPU, so he doesn't really have any. But his main asset is what you've just seen there. Pace. The guy is unreal. He's so fast. It is It's not even funny. It is crazy how quick he is. Through on goal, he's never caught. He goes round goalkeepers, he goes round defenders. His ball control is so good. Gets a little bit of luck here or there, of course he does, but then manages to score. And of course he does have a 4-star weak foot. It's a shame he doesn't have 5-star, but then that would probably make him 100k extinct if he did have 5-star. Not that it mattered because I packed him anyway. But again, he's through on goal here. Does really well to cut inside. And if you're that close and dead central to the goal, his finishing won't really become a problem. The thing that sort of low-key annoyed me, I guess, is the crossing. It's a little bit irritating when you've got someone like Harry Kane in the box and you're able to put crosses into the penalty area. With 70 crossing, it's not ideal. That's a great finish from him, by the way. I had very little in the way of confidence of scoring that, but it is what it is. Some co-op gameplay to show you here. I don't mind doing, well, maybe not co-op series or anything like that, but if you'd be interested in seeing some like full-on co-op gameplay, let me know in the comments. But jumped on to do a few co-op games in Rivals, and just had a sort of difference of sort of perspective on him, really, because you've got two players here who play, I wouldn't say too differently, we're quite similar, but there's a cross, good cross actually, and a very good finish from Harry Kane in particular, but not something that I'd honestly expected to do. Maybe 1 in 10 crosses will hit the target. Crossing, I wouldn't say crossing is overpowered this year, but it's definitely a better way of creating chances this year than it was last year. But yeah, in terms of co-op, it gave me a sort of extra dimension to it, because you've got two players who play differently, albeit not too differently, but then you've got sort of players making runs here or there, and it creates different chances than what you would normally get if you were playing by yourself. And it showed me a different side to Saint-Maximin. He is one of those Rodrigo type players. What I mean by that, very quick, very good on the ball. I wouldn't say cheap and cheerful, because he's not cheap, but he's one of those very low-rated cards that just seems to be able to just do. He does everything, and he does it well, apart from the finishing. But with that being said, you can improve that. You know, you've got chem styles. They exist. We had a finisher on him, which obviously gave him 82 finishing, 90 shot power. That's a perfectly viable chem style to use. The Marksman is another one. Probably my least favourite of the lot, to be honest, because it doesn't really do an awful lot, really, but still definitely something you can consider. The Deadeye is a chem style that, to be honest, I like the finisher a little bit too much, but if that wasn't an option, or maybe I wanted to go a different way with it, maybe I was really annoyed with his passing, I think the Deadeye would be the one I'd go for. You know, you've got 91 short passing, 83 vision. It's going to help him out an awful lot. If you play him further back in your team, so you don't play him as a front three or something, Deadeye is the way to go, because you improve the passing, but you also get a little boost to sort of the, I say little, quite a big boost actually, to the shot power, the finishing, and the position and what have you. But the finisher for me, little bit extra dribbling, agility, balance, with a big boost to finishing. That's what we wanted, and it does help him out. You know, his finishing's nowhere near as bad as if I didn't have a chem cell on him, that's for sure. That's going to do it for the Alan Saint-Maximin review. Just be wary of the drop-off. When I say value for coins, the reason it's so low there is because at some point this guy's going to be 10k or under, right? Because he's only 80 rated. But for the first few weeks, you'll be fine. Just bear that in mind. If you have enjoyed this play review, do me a favour and hit that like button. It really does help me a lot. Subscribe to the channel for new, of course. And until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.